Sure. I really thought today's game was truly a matter of toughness. We talked as a team about our theme for this game being playing as a fist, and a fist can't function unless it's tightly closed, and I thought our players played fast. In fact, that's what helped us when we went into a couple of offensive lulls. I thought we were very, very intentional about getting the scouting report coverages right. I thought our players were very attentive to that. There were very few defensive breakdowns because of a lack of attention to the scouting report. And we wanted to be tough today. There's no doubt about it. Then what was the I? Inside. And so we were really good, I thought, especially down the stretch, getting touches or getting free throw opportunities in the paint. So, again, I'm very happy for our players because they are capable of this type of production on a consistent basis, and I think they proved to themselves that they're tough enough.
Just the last minute of that game, just so many, really a lot of different people made huge plays for.
Yeah.
I mean, it starts out obviously with Larissa hitting the three to keep you in it. You just kind of go through that minute.
You know, to be honest with you, Alan, I'm not going to make anything up. It's kind of a blur even for me. But what I will say is I'm very proud of our players' resilience. We were up by 10 at one point in the second half, and then all of a sudden you look up and we're down 7, and it didn't look very good for us. But again, it was those hustle plays. I thought our players did a great job of capitalizing on Belmont's missed free throws. I thought extending the defense from a free throw situation limited the number of times they could play their three-quarter court press that has given other people trouble. So that last minute, you know, Riss hits a big three. We're back in the game. I thought our defense was sound on the other end. Again, I think particularly when we go back and look at the film, our players were very good defensively down the stretch based on individual tendencies. And that's something that we've talked about being a very important detail. And I think Montia was huge on the glass today. She came in the first half. We weren't scoring the ball very well. She kind of got us going a little bit with a rebound putback. She did the same to close out the game. So the big takeaway, I think, is that no one stepped up in a way today that was above her ability. And our team really did come together and play as a unit to find a way to win. It's a long answer to your 1-minute question, but.
Monty, can you just talk about that last play, getting that rebound off the missed free throw? What kind of were, I mean, obviously you're thinking you want to get the ball before that happens, but anticipating that potentially happening and making it happen.
I just saw Riss was fighting for the ball, and I saw that it kind of got loose, and I saw my opportunity to go grab it, and then I saw I was right by the basket and just wanted to finish strong.
You know, in that situation, you know, the game's on line. Basically, she makes the first one to tie it, and then you're thinking, are you thinking at that point ahead a little bit, thinking, you know, I got a shot here if I can, you know?
Yeah, I just know that I had to go for the offensive rebounds and make sure I boxed out and get a rebound. I know that was going to be really huge. And then if I had the opportunity to take the shot, I would be ready for it, like I did for the putback.
I mean, no hesitation either as soon as you got it.
Right.
A lot of big plays by you in the last few minutes. In the first half, you did have the one play, but not a whole lot statistically. But I'm
right.
Through the last 3 minutes, you really stepped up. Just talk about kind of coming through in the situations there at the end of the game when you really needed, when your team really needed.
I just know that coach was really big at getting inside and make sure we finished strong and going up strong and taking the contact. So when I had the ball, I wanted to make sure I went up strong and make sure I kept rebounding because I knew it was going to be really key for me to rebound and being aggressive.
And Larissa, obviously, the huge threes. Just talk about kind of feeling it there at the end and keeping your team in the game with those shots.
Yeah, like in the beginning of the game, I wasn't that hot. I knew that I had to keep shooting, and so that's what I did. And once the first one went in, I kind of felt a rhythm for it. And when I saw the open shot, I took advantage of it. And I've been working on those shots for a long time now, so I'm glad I maximized the opportunity.
I mean, you've been waiting for a shooter to really get you through some situations like that. How huge is that, obviously, to have someone not afraid to take
Sure.
shots?
You know, there's a difference between a shooter and an assassin, in my opinion, and Larissa's developing into an assassin. Last year she was a shooter. Now this year I look at her and she's wanting her number called. That's an assassin. And it makes a big difference whenever Madison Rideout can come into the game and really be a counterbalance on the other wing. I thought Maddie came in, she hit a huge three for us in the first half. Was that the first half? First half. Whenever she hit it, it was great. And then she showed us a little bit of athleticism. Who knew? She was in transition, and she came in and wiggled a little bit and got to the basket. So having Larissa and Madison as options, again, Larissa's mindset is completely shifted, and she's on everyone's scouting report, and we know that. She knows that. She's getting extra reps up in the gym, and she wants the ball. As you know, you've been watching us ever since we got here. We haven't had an assassin, and Larissa's developing into that. And I would say Madison's going to probably end up by the end of this year being another kid that hunts down a shot.
Just talk, I mean, this one's so big for you in so many ways. I mean, this team beat you pretty bad last year.
Yep.
You know, obviously you haven't won one. You're kind of searching a little
Sure.
bit in that last minute, just everything kind of comes together, how big that is kind of moving forward.
It's a tremendous confidence builder. We talked about it in the team after the game in the locker room. And we said at North Dakota State we were +7 with 7 minutes to go. We hadn't yet developed the courage to finish out a game there. You know, the Youngstown State at this stage, quite frankly, that game, I pretty much have kind of forgotten that one because that wasn't a Kent State team that appeared for that game that night. At Northwestern, we learned how tough and how hard you actually have to play. We understood then that we had the ability to out-rebound a Big Ten team. We had the ability with our defensive pressure to turn over a Big Ten team. So I thought it really all came together today. We showed great grit when we went down late in the game. And our players really did perform. You know, the players that we rely on to produce for us were productive tonight. So this is a big step forward for our team, but it only matters if we continue to show up as this team tonight moving forward, and I know our team is up for the challenge.
You know, can you guys just talk a little about Coach? I mean, you didn't even know for sure she was going to be here today. And how just to start the day off, just having her on the bench and leading the team into the game, how nice that was for you guys.
Yeah, it felt really nice to have her there. We were all hoping that she would be there, and just having her, we've kind of developed into her coaching style, and we want to produce for her. And like we all agreed that we're playing this season for her, and we're gonna fight every single game. And I know I can speak for the team that we are so happy that she was there today.
I agree along with her, just knowing with the situation and stuff that we have to bring it every single time. We have to work for every little thing. We can't let people take advantage of us, and just being aggressive, and especially our energy is what we need a lot, and I thought we brought that a lot today too.
How did, to go through what you're going through, it's
Sure.
a difficult thing, and you were
Yeah.
able to come today. How did you feel? What's it been like? So
Yeah.
far?
You know what? It's been awesome, Alan, and I want to say thank you to everyone that's reached out. It's been amazing to know that there's so many prayer warriors out there, and it's been so much support. But I feel great. I'm very fortunate. My energy level is up. I'm doing everything that I would hope that our team needs me to do, and that's my biggest thing. I never want to let them down. And so the goal is just to manage and be smart. You know, I kind of flew around today a little bit, but, you know, we'll deal with whatever happens about that later on. But at the end of the day, you know, this is just part of life, and I'm just grateful that God chose me to tell a story about it. So we're just going to keep working, and I just love these kids to death. They've really bought in to each other, which is most important, and then now they have a reason to kind of check on me a little bit. But we're going to be fine through the year, and I'm going to be on the sidelines as often as possible. I'm probably going to show up on days when somebody's going to advise me not to, but I'll never put our team at risk. They'll always get me at 100%, or Coach Jeff will be on the sidelines. But we're going to get some stuff done this year.